Hey, I'm Tim Batts, and welcome to the first annual 2026 Bluegrass on the Bluff at Columbus-Belmont State Park. This state park is a beautiful facility here in Western Kentucky, right on the Mississippi River. And I had this idea over a year and a half ago. I was here at this park, and I thought, what a great place for bluegrass music. And over a year and a half later, it's coming fruition. So we are super excited about the first year to ever have the Bluegrass on the Bluff. We got great bands today. We got the Watershed Ramblers. We got the Sugar Mules. We got Dalton Harper Band. We got the Wheelhouse Rousters. And rounding out the show is my friends Southern Legacy, an all-star, amazing band. And so it's a great thing. We're going to be doing lots of video today, and hope you guys enjoy the festival. It's a beautiful day here in Western Kentucky.
This is the Radio Dog Podcast Network.
Welcome to the Hometown Bluegrass Show with Kentucky boys Tim Batts and Josh Williams. Tim is a music promoter, radio host, and passionate bluegrasser, and Josh is a 20-time Bluegrass Guitar Player of the Year. This podcast is all about bluegrass music, where they swap stories, crack jokes, and pick on each other. Josh even plays a song or two in each episode. Plus, they sit down with bluegrass artists and insiders for interviews you won't hear anywhere else. It's music, it's laughs, it's all things bluegrass, right here on the Hometown Bluegrass Show. Now, here are your hosts, Tim Batts and Josh Williams.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Hometown Bluegrass Show. I'm your host, Tim Batts, and I am running solo today. My good buddy Josh is not here with me today, but that's all right. We'll have you a good episode for you. We got a lot lined out and things that we want to talk about. We are coming off the heels of the first ever Bluegrass on the Bluff Festival in Columbus, Kentucky at the beautiful Columbus-Belmont State Park. Josh's band Southern Legacy was our headliner. We had four other great bands on a really cool looking stage overlooking the mighty Mississippi River on the bluff there in Columbus, Kentucky. And wow, what a day. I just can't even begin to believe that all that happened. But we'll talk about that more. And also we're going to talk to my good buddy Nathan Lynn, whose band, the Wheelhouse Rousters, also performed at the Bluegrass on the Bluff. He's a local guy here around the Paducah, Kentucky area. Just an amazing guy, multi-instrumentalist, amazing singer, river historian, and just is super passionate about bluegrass music. And we're going to talk to him here in just a little bit. But first, we just wanted to take a few minutes and just kind of recap the events of the June the 6th Festival 2026 at Columbus-Belmont State Park. I visited the park a lot over my lifetime. I grew up just 25 miles from there or so. And, but I hadn't been there in quite a while. So I went a few years ago, or actually 2 years ago, to a leadership program that I was part of. It was called the WAVAG Leadership Program, directed by Mark Welch. And we had a class of, I don't know, about 15 people that took this leadership class. And we visited a lot of different commercial areas and different businesses and areas along the four river counties of far western Kentucky. And the far end of the state doesn't get a lot of publicity. There's not a lot it's very rural, a lot of farmland. They're all river counties. And so we're always looking to see what we can do to bring different businesses and commerce to this area. And this is where I grew up. The four counties are Ballard, Carlisle, Hickman, and Fulton counties in far western Kentucky. I grew up and still live in Ballard County. And but we were there visiting the park, and as we walked around, I've been there many times, but I thought, man, there is no better place to have a bluegrass festival than this beautiful, historic Civil War battlefield state park. There's only two parks in far western Kentucky to the west of the Kentucky Lake region, and that is Columbus-Belmont State Park and Kentucky Dam State Park. And so anyway, I put my head down and I thought, how can I make this happen? And I called a dear friend of mine, Miss Lindsay Bowles. She's the executive director of the Great River Road organization, which is the scenic byway that runs from Itasca, Minnesota, all the way down to the Gulf of Mexico, following the Mississippi River. And she is also a big bluegrass fan and a longtime family friend. And I said, Lindsay, what do you think about this? And she loved it. And we knuckled down, and a year and a half later, we made it happen. And we're just thrilled with the turnout. It was a beautiful day. It did rain on us, come a torrential downpour during about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. But other than that, Park Director Lee Jackson said that he believed that at our highest attendance level, we were somewhere around 700 or 800 people there. They parked 250 to 300 cars. We had extra park rangers there, lots of the park staff, and they just did an amazing job of keeping the grounds clean, the trash pulled up, and we had food vendors that just sold out. They have an amazing concession stand on site. They were just hopping busy all day. Had a putt-putt course. There are just tons of family and kids. Lots to do for the kids there. A really nice playground. Just big hills for the kids to run and play, and just a great place to bring your family and listen to bluegrass music. So my company, Bats Music and Media, was proud to be the promoter of this festival, and we brought 5 great bands. We brought the Watershed Ramblers, the Sugar Mules, the Dalton Harper Band, and the Wheelhouse Rousters, and, of course, the all-star band of Southern Legacy with my dear friend and co-host Josh Williams, and that great band with Mike Anglin and Don Rigsby and Steve Thomas and Jody King filling in on banjo while Ron Block is with Allison Krause. And so just a great day, just an absolute day. And I was humbled to see the turnout. Even after the rain, most people came back, and we did lose some, but just a really great day. And it just ended with just a beautiful sunset over the Mississippi River. So you can see all those pictures on my Facebook page, Tim Batts' Facebook page, or the Hometown Bluegrass Show page will have some as well. So anyway, just want to thank all our great sponsors for making this happen, mainly the Kentucky State Parks and the Great River Road Organization, and my dear friend Lindsay Bowles for making this happen. So we were super excited about that. But it's just been a great day, still recovering from that. It was a long day, but so fun. Just already had lots of talks and requests and people wanting it to come back next year. So we're just going to go ahead and just make that announcement that, yeah, I'm going to make it happen again next year. And Bluegrass on the Bluff 2027 will be back to Columbus-Belmont State Park in Columbus, Kentucky. So anyway, it's been a great weekend. So we're super excited. Southern Legacy is busy playing lots of dates. You can check them out online on their Facebook page, Southern Legacy Band. And so Josh is staying busy playing music. Lots going on. I also filmed some instructional videos. So here at my house, we shot Josh playing some intros to some Tony Rice songs, and posted the first one of those yesterday on the Hometown Bluegrass Show Facebook page. So you can go check that out if you want to see Josh play the intro to Little Sadie. I think it was the first one we posted. He does it slow and shows his hands, and then does it full speed. So you can go check that out. It's been very popular so far. And so we're going to start doing more of that at least once a week. Get Josh to show some kickoffs and lead breaks and different things that'll help you guys learn how to play bluegrass guitar a little better from a legend, no doubt. So 20-time Bluegrass Guitar Player of the Year, 17 times Spigma, 3-time IBMA. And I thought, he's here at my house every week. I'm going to put him to work. So that's what we've done. So. But anyway, we just do want to thank our great sponsors, the Radio Dog Podcast Network, which we are now a part of. Our good friend Rick Dollars put this network together, and we're teaming efforts with the Bluegrass Blonde and the Rick Dollars Show, and now the Hometown Bluegrass Show, and putting together a podcast network. So we're just trying to build strength in numbers and help each other. So that's what we're doing. So also Hopeless Holler Trading Company. They have teamed up with us and made us some merchandise. We now have shirts and hats and cups and stickers and lots of cool things, then you can go online and buy Hometown Bluegrass Show merchandise now. All you got to do is just go to hopelessholler.shop, and under collections, all the different artists that they represent, and just scroll down till you see the Hometown Bluegrass Show. And there we've got our shirts, of course, our shirts that say, if you got time to breathe, you got time for music, and also some other ideas that I came up with that we're proud to sport our logo on. Some 0044 stuff, some Kentucky shirt, and hats. And the coolest thing on there is by far the Hometown Bluegrass Show podcast Bluetooth tumbler. So this thing has a Bluetooth speaker in the bottom of it, so you can fill it with your favorite beverage of choice and listen to the Hometown Bluegrass Show podcast or your favorite bluegrass music right there on your cup. I mean, that's just high-tech redneck stuff right there. So you be sure and check that out, the Hometown Bluegrass Show podcast online merch through the Hopeless Holler shop. And we appreciate those people very much for helping us out and getting us some merchandise online. So we're also thrilled to have partnered with Bluegrass Unlimited magazine. If you love bluegrass music, you got to have Bluegrass Unlimited magazine. It's the leading magazine for bluegrass fans since 1966. It's published by the Bluegrass Music Hall of Fame and Museum in Owensboro, Kentucky. It's a monthly magazine that features exclusive interviews, music reviews, festival news, and more from the world of bluegrass delivered right to your door. From legendary artists to the next generation of pickers, Bluegrass Unlimited brings you closer to the music that you love. Our listeners can use the promo code HOMETOWN for a discount when you subscribe today at bluegrassunlimited.com. So thank you so much for Adam and the great folks at the Bluegrass Hall of Fame. If you've never visited the Bluegrass Hall of Fame in Owensboro, Kentucky, it is a wonderful place to go visit. Even if you're not just a diehard bluegrass fan, the museum has some amazing exhibits. It's 2 stories. It also has a beautiful theater there with lots of different shows each and every month. And so you need to go check that out. It sits right on the river. You can go out back and overlook the Ohio River there in Owensboro, Kentucky. So go check that out the next time you are in or around Owensboro, Kentucky. And also be sure and check us out on the Hometown Bluegrass Show Facebook page. We just passed 8,000 followers yesterday. So super happy with the amount of people interested in bluegrass music and what Josh and I try to bring to the table each and every week. So we love what we do. We love the music. We love the people. And most of all, we love bringing it to you. So we do appreciate all that you do to help support the Hometown Bluegrass Show. So we'll hear a quick word from our sponsors, and when we come back, we're going to talk to our good buddy, Mr. Nathan Lynn of the Wheelhouse Rousters. Y'all stay tuned.
Hey, this is Josh Williams for Page Capos. The Page Capo is lightweight, durable, and quickly attaches and allows you to change frets with ease. With controlled tension capabilities, Page Capo always stays in tune. But don't just take my word for it. Page Capos is also used by folks like Vince Gill, Ron Block, Tim O'Brien, Cody Kilby, Tommy Emmanuel, and James Taylor. So don't trust just any capo. Use what the pros use. Listen to the Hometown Bluegrass Show podcast for your chance to win a Page Capo on every episode. Do what I do and trust Page Capos. Order online at pagecapo.com.
Looking for expert insurance advice from a team that truly knows Western Kentucky? At Paducah Insurance Agency, we're more than just policies. We're your neighbors, helping you protect what matters most. With locations in Paducah and Benton, Kentucky, we offer home, auto, business, and life insurance with top carriers like Erie Insurance, all at competitive rates. Locally owned and committed to your peace of mind, Jared Morgan and his team are here to help. Call Paducah Insurance Agency today at 855-853-4763 or visit paducahinsurance.com. Paducah Insurance, coverage you can count on from people you trust.
The Lake House Inn at Sled Creek has undergone complete renovation in 2023. Our outdoor space is unlike any other at Kentucky Lake. With 2 in-ground pools, 18 rooms, and 4 cabins, we're just a stone's throw away from Kentucky Dam. If you're looking to make memories with your family, this nostalgic inn is for you. Welcome to your lake house, where modern meets rustic and becomes home. Reserve online at lakehouseinn.com.
Howdy, friends. I'm Banjo Ben Clark, and you're listening to my good buddies Tim Batts and Josh Williams on the Hometown Bluegrass Show. You've tuned in because you like valuable conversation about the world's best music. And if you want more good stuff like that, come on over to my website, banjobenclark.com, where you can learn how to play and purchase anything you might need when it comes to bluegrass-related instruments and accessories. My Gold Pick members over there can access hundreds of lessons for banjo, guitar, and mandolin, with all kinds of resources to help you move on down the road with your picking skills. And if you're looking to purchase something, the deals can't be beat at Banjo Ben's General Store. All there on the same website, banjobenclark.com. Now back to the show.
All right, that's the voice of my good friend, Mr. Nathan Lynn of the Wheelhouse Rousters. So y'all welcome back to the Hometown Bluegrass Show. Thank you so much for tuning in, and welcome my good friend Nathan. How are you, buddy?
I'm good, Tim. It's good to hear from you, man. How you doing today?
I'm doing great, man. Tell me about this song. Where'd this song come from, anyway?
Man, one night in Paducah, after a show, someone asked what we were going to do, and I said, we're going to let them dogs run. And my buddy thought that was hilarious. And so we mocked up a fiddle tune type yeep or a holler. It's kind of like a holler. Yeah. If you were hunting or something back in the day. We tried to keep it loose and have a good time, which is what we want to do. That's part of being an entertainer, just cutting up and fellowshipping together, and I think that song does that. We joke 4 years of college to write that tune there.
Oh man, well that's great. Well, it's a great tune. It's probably one of y'all's most popular tunes, and I'm sure without a doubt probably requested as much or if not more than any of your other songs. But it's called "Let Them Dogs Run." So you guys check it out on Apple Music or wherever you listen to music, because it's great. So I'm like you. I grew up hunting too. Of course, here in Ballard County, not far from where you grew up, and so now I was more into rabbit hunting. I think this could be a coon hunting type song or a rabbit hunting.
I would
song,
think so. Yeah. Coon hunting. I was a squirrel hunter.
Yeah, they got squirrel dogs too, don't they? Yeah.
I like squirrel hunting. Shelby Lake. That's where my family grew up. Squirrel hunting down Ballard Bottoms with Colton Baker, my cousin, and long history in your neighborhood there in Ballard County.
Absolutely. Well, the Wheelhouse Rousters are without a doubt one of the most entertaining folk bluegrass bands in our area here in Western Kentucky, and you guys have been around for a long time. So how did it get started?
Well, we, Josh and Eddie and I started playing together in Bond of the Mash years ago. Mm-hmm. And the guys in that band, we kind of had a lot of other things going on. And Josh and Eddie and I wanted to perform some river songs and wanted to make sure that we had an outlet to play together. And so we started playing folk tunes and string band tunes around the roustabout and chambermaid songs, folks that worked loading freight on steamboats, back in the late 1800s. And we wanted to draw attention to far West Kentucky folk songs. And so we kind of started like that. And, as with anything, as a string band, if you have a banjo and a fiddle and upright bass and guitar, people want you to play bluegrass music as well. They call you a bluegrass band a lot, even if you don't traditionally do as much traditional bluegrass. And so we do try to do some more traditional bluegrass as well. But we're a string band, and I think it's fun to have that. And most of the time we try to talk about all kinds of local string band culture, and it's fun to be able to play the blues and bluegrass and old time and all those things. So thankful to get to do it. Blessed by the Lord to give us the opportunity.
Oh, absolutely. Well, you've been playing music all your life, come from a musical family. I know, your sister's an amazing singer as well, and your son is just coming up and playing guitar, unbelievable, and just a great voice. And so I know you're surrounded by it, and it's in your blood, man. So
yeah, man, I'm thankful to get to do it. And growing up playing with Eddie and Josh and seeing their family dynamics, and then my sister and my dad, and now getting to do it with Sam and seeing what he's doing with his own music. It's something special that I think you find in the bluegrass world that you don't always get in other genres of music.
Right.
And it's such a special thing.
Absolutely. Now, your dad was a longtime song leader, right, at Baptist Church there in West Paducah, Spring Bow?
Yeah, my dad was a song director at Spring Bow, so I grew up singing gospel music there. And they put me running the sound at Spring Bow when I was about 12, trial by fire,
Yeah.
no pun intended, feedback, just blazing through the sermon. But surrounded by it. My sister was a gospel singer, and she traveled all over the country in her teens and singing. So
Yeah.
I kind of fought it for a while, and then finally I was like, you know what? I was given a gift, so I should probably lean into that.
Well, you guys do amazing, and you were given an amazing gift. You're I think a storyteller by nature and by heart, and that comes through in your music because you've written some really great songs. And not only that, just the way you write, just social media posts and your videos, everything. So you're a storyteller at heart, and I don't think you can run from that, buddy. So.
Thanks, brother. I appreciate that. Yeah, I do love storytelling. I got the gift of gab. They don't call me Ramble Lynn for nothing.
Ramble Lynn, that's great. I don't know if you coined. Josh and I have used this on this podcast before, and I don't know if you coined this phrase, but Riverbillies is a phrase we've used on here a lot. So I don't know if you
That's
came up
what
with
we
that.
are. Yeah,
yeah.
I don't know,
because in the far end of the state, everybody's all hillbillies, mountain people, but down here in the far western end, we're Riverbillies, I guess. So.
We are Riverbillies, yeah, man. And I think you and Josh and we all try to. That's part of our music or culture is to remind people, hey, we're down here on the West End. We got lots of great culture here.
Right.
And, I'm thankful for what you and Josh are doing with the podcast. Y'all have really done a great job. So I'm honored to be on here with y'all.
Well, thank you, buddy. I appreciate it. I wish Josh was here to talk with you as well. He's under the weather this week, and he's just been traveling so much with Southern Legacy, and I keep him so dang busy that I cracked a whip on him, and he's gotten under the weather. So, but anyway, yeah, we and you mentioned Western Kentucky, and a lot of people think the world just kind of falls off past Kentucky Lake area, but there's a lot to offer down here, and that's one of the reasons why. When I was visiting Columbus-Belmont State Park, of course, growing up there, going there many times as a kid, as I'm sure you have as well. And when I went there for that leadership program that I was in, I was like, oh my gosh, why am I not doing a bluegrass festival here? And I kid you not, Southern Legacy was not even the first band I thought about having, but it was the Wheelhouse Rousters was the first band that popped into my head because of it was just a perfect fit, so.
Yeah, man, I agree. What a beautiful place. And I'm so thankful that you thought to have us. I did grow up. I had my birthday party. I had 2 birthday parties there when I was young. I just loved it. It's such a beautiful state park that is underused. And so I'm so thankful for the Bluegrass on the Bluffs Festival. I thought it was one of the best festivals I've been to, especially for a first. Like, y'all really knocked it out of the park, and I can't wait to see what's going to come out of this first year. What the setting itself, you're right there on the Mississippi River. I mean, goodness gracious.
Yeah, there's not many like that.
No. And the lineup was great. You know, when I was a kid, I grew up, I mean, Josh and I are similar age, but I idolized Josh when I was a kid.
Really?
Because he was, you know, when he was super young, he was playing I'd see him on the telethon, and then grew up and became friends with Josh. And then so to now be able to, anytime we get to share bills together, it's really an honor and means a lot to me to get to play before him. And Don Rigsby, you know, I mean, golly, been able to do a couple of gigs with him over the years, opening up different places. I think we did Wood Songs Radio Hour together years ago, and some Benton on the Park. But, you know, those guys are top-notch bluegrass artists that I grew up looking up to. And so, you know, for us and the Rousters to get to come out and get people hyped up for their show at an amazing event really means a lot. So thanks for having us there.
Oh, it was my pleasure, man. Absolutely. We were just really humbled by the turnout that we had. You know, when I had this Vision Festival, I had so much else going on, trying to grow my business and just lots of things. And I thought, man, can I really pull this off? But, you know, when I called Lindsay Bowles with the Great River Road organization, and I know she's a big bluegrass fan and she's a friend of the family, long time. And man, we just got together and you know, you just got to surround yourself with the right people, you know, just like in a band or in life or whatever. And we just kind of did that. And to pull it off like that, and Lee Jackson, the park manager of the Columbus-Belmont State Park, man, what a class act, hardworking guy, and they were thrilled that we wanted to do that there. And
you know, you're right. The festival that they have there in October is amazing, and they do such a great job there. But having something like this just to draw in a different crowd that maybe was not aware of Columbus-Belmont State Park,
right?
I think y'all really did a service not just to the bluegrass community, but to Columbus-Belmont State Park in itself. And I know Lindsay and you, I've told you both how impressed I was with what all went on at that festival, regardless of the rain. To me, the rain was an amazing part of it. And I know everybody probably wouldn't agree, but that's part of the festival, you know.
Yeah.
You take it, and I don't know. It was a magical day. The food vendors were great. The shade was amazing.
Yeah.
The music was top notch. You had workshop stages, which I was honored that Sam and I got to do a couple of those. And I know Josh did a guitar stage. There were instruments for the kids to play. Festival merch was on point. The facilities, the bathroom, it was just all in all a really magical weekend. And I'm honored to have been part of the first and hope I can return and do it again sometime.
Yeah, I hope so too, man. We were just thrilled. I mean, Lee Jackson told us that he felt like at our biggest point that there was, he was certain there was 700 or 800 people there, right before the rains came, and because he said the park rangers and all their volunteers parked 250 to 300 cars, and they were cramming them in there. So I just couldn't believe it when he told me that. So,
man, when we rolled in that morning, because, you know, Sam and I got there fairly early, and I thought we were going to beat the crowd getting there when we did.
Yeah.
We couldn't find a parking spot. I mean, it was packed, which is a good problem.
Yeah.
I think I told you and Lindsay this too. Like, if parking is a problem, that's great.
Yeah.
That's what you want, is because you can solve that easily. But with that said, y'all had shuttles. You teamed up with local transit, which I thought was amazing. Your signage was killer. Just all in all, a well-rounded festival, and you could tell the hard work that was put into it, and I think it was a win for everyone.
Well, I appreciate it, man. It was a great day. And
how about the music?
I mean, yeah, I felt like we had a great variety, from bands that some people may have never heard of to just some of the best, local bands like you guys, and then we had Southern Legacy, so we got legends, and we got local legends, and we got upstarts, and it was a good variety, man. So
it was a great lineup, and I hadn't heard of a couple of those bands there and loved listening to them. I love Josh sitting in with a couple of them was great.
Yeah.
And also the sound was amazing.
Yeah. Toby did a great job with
Toby engineering was amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. He's a great sound engineer for sure with his business, Metropolis Music and Media. And he does a lot of live events, and it's a lot of work. He did it all by himself, and I commend him for that, because then all the rain came, and so then you're worried about, oh my gosh, is all my stuff going to blow up or something, and nasty and wet, and he covered it up. We unplugged and turned off breakers, and then when the rain finally got out of there and we turned everything back on, we're like, okay, well, let's hope we don't blow something, and so we did, and
we didn't,
and then we didn't, and we were able to bring you guys up and do that, and then Southern Legacy. So yeah, it all worked out. But you've been to tons of bluegrass festivals like me and lots of our listeners. It's summertime. That's when festivals are, and it's probably going to rain at most of them, or a lot of them. So we're right on the river, so we thought, let's hope that it doesn't happen, but it did. So that's all right.
Hey, it's part of it, man. And I've been to a lot of festivals where it's rained, and as weird as it is, it makes really strong memories. I'm telling you, I had some of the best fellowship of the day talking to people underneath one of the canopies, waiting it out.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it was magical. You're right on the river there, man. You're up for anything. You never know. But that's what makes that amazing venue. And you seeing that, Tim, the stage there on the bluffs, the vision you had really shows, because it was great. The Rousters loved it. All the guys were praising it. Sam and I had a blast. So thanks again for having us out. Sam's looking he'll pick anywhere right now. So you just say the word, he'll be there.
Absolutely. Well, it was so cool after the rain. All the kids were sliding down the muddy hills and in the creeks, and that was like bring me back to my childhood. So that made
I loved it.
Yep.
Yeah, and that's something to be said. It's such a family friendly environment, and that goes a long way. And that anybody could come out there and have a good time. I don't know. It was great, man.
Well, that's why, that's what our music's all about, folk and bluegrass music.
That's right.
And it's all about family. And that's why I named this podcast the Hometown Bluegrass Show, because it's just all about, everybody's got their own little hometown and their own way of doing things. And it just fit, I thought, so. But speaking of family, your son, Sam, I want to talk about him just briefly, but I know he's taken or took and maybe still taking guitar lessons from Josh Williams, and has just turned into a young prodigy himself. Talk about, I know he's had some pretty major accomplishments just in the last year.
Yeah. Sam, golly, I don't know. He likes it. And, he started on fiddle with Josh Coffey at Time on the String. He was one of Josh's first private students, and he still takes from Josh Coffey as well. And I think he started when he was probably 6 with him. And then he started taking lessons with Josh Williams, and that really helped him grow as a guitar player. And he's told me numerous times, just hanging with Josh and listening to Josh's stories and picking is such a magical thing for him, because Josh has done a lot of great things, and the techniques and flat picking that Josh Williams was able to help Sam with have really added to his plan, and his mentorship's been awesome. But lately, Sam's been killing it, man. He opened for the Traveling McCurrys as part of their Young Guns tour, and then got to get up and pick with the Traveling McCurrys. They did Big Mon, which was magical at the in Knoxville at the Bijou Theater. I think it was a great night, and he's been doing IBMA Kids on Bluegrass for the last 3 years, and I know we got to visit for a minute last year there. I hope this year we're going to be going back and to IBMA. It's a great homecoming for the bluegrass community, and always leaves us rejuvenated. And it's been great for Sam being part of Kids on Bluegrass, because he gets to see kids that are into the same things he's in,
right,
into. And he's been playing with the Rousters, picking up gigs. When one of the guys can't make it, he'll set in and take that over. And he's been writing songs and playing solo shows. And we're about to put out 2 different projects. One, a string band project him and I playing more bluegrass relatable music. And then we also have more of a rock project that we're recording.
Yeah.
So he's busy. He's heading off to ETSU Bluegrass Camp here in a couple weeks. And he'll be doing that. And
he's just, what, 17, 18?
He is 17. He'll be starting his senior year at McCracken County High. So thanks for lifting him up and helping him get some gigs here. You know, I saw Josh's dad do that with him through Jackson Purchase Friends of Bluegrass. And I think you and Josh have carried that torch on of lifting up young pickers here in the Purchase area. So that doesn't go unnoticed by me as a father. I really appreciate y'all.
Oh, no problem, man. That's one reason I wanted to have the instruments there at our festival. To, you know, a lot of kids don't ever get a chance to see what it's like to hold a fiddle or a guitar or a banjo. And a lot of times that could be all the inspiration they might need to decide to pick it up and play. And that's what we need to do, is keep our music alive, you know? So absolutely.
That's real. You know, my kids were fortunate enough. My daughter, she plays piano, sings, and Sam, of course, and just there are other kids who might not have had that opportunity. And so y'all having instruments out there, and I saw kids with the biggest smiles on their face because they'd never strummed a banjo before, you know? And it's not an instance where they're scared to touch the instrument, which can sometimes be a thing. No, they're right here, man. Play them. Right. Do it. That's what they're built for.
Exactly. That's why we put them there. Bang on them.
That's right.
That's for sure. Well, that's awesome. Well, what's up next for the Wheelhouse Rousters? So y'all do have a new project coming soon, or?
You know, the Wheelhouse Rousters have a bunch of things going on. We just finished a collaboration with the Paducah Symphony and S.G. Goodman and Bon on the Mash, which was great. We hired a friend who's a composer, Mr. Mark Evitz, and he took some of our string band music and local folk music and scored it, and we performed it with the symphony May 7th of this year. It was great. We had seen I'd seen Michael Cleveland and Chris Thiele do it with Louisville Symphony, and it was great. And so Josh Coffey and Jake Senior really made that, and the Paducah Symphony and Reese really made that ball go. Logan and Eddie and I, we were all saying, hey, we'll be there and do our best.
Right. Well, your bass player, Jake, he plays with the symphony.
Jake,
yeah, right?
He does, yeah. He's a symphony member and comes at it naturally and is so good. So it was a wild thing. And I guess from a bluegrass and folk standpoint, the ebb and flow of tempo was different. Because, you know, a lot of times in our music, I mean, we all practice with metronomes, but once that banjo rolls, sometimes, you know,
the heart rate goes right.
you feel it. It's a feel thing, and so it was a collaboration that really taught me a lot, and everyone seemed to enjoy it. But the Rousters have a couple of gigs coming up locally. I think we're at Murray at the amphitheater in Murray Park here in a couple of weeks, and then this is our boat season. You know, we spend a lot of our careers out on the river playing on excursion boats for folks passing through the area. So we'll be busy with that coming up, and I don't know, busy schedule. We got some recording projects happening, and man, what a life. We're blessed. Yeah. What about y'all? What do you got coming up, Tim?
Well, I mean, we're just trying to make a living here with my business, Bats Music and Media. I'm actually was asked to play on some boats this summer and fall solo stuff. So I've never done that before, so I might need some advice on that. So I'm going to get that coming up.
You'll be great, man. Get out there and do it. It's fun.
Yeah, I love performing just any chance I get. And but it's we're just trying to grow the Hometown Bluegrass Show podcast and just keep the music going. And I'm promoting, of course, this festival we just did, and then also in October the River Folk Fest in Calvert City, Kentucky, which you guys have played at before for me. And so I've got that be our fourth year coming up for that this year, and got a great lineup for that coming up. And so anyway, that's what we do, man. We just rock and roll and trying to make a buck. So
I feel that, man. That the River Folk Fest in Calvert is an amazing festival. Y'all done a great job with that. We got to do that 2 or 3 years ago with the Graskels. Oh man, it was magical.
Yeah, that's a great venue too, isn't it? That amphitheater stage. It
is a cool venue.
Yeah, that park is nice. So, well, man, thanks for taking a few minutes. I know you're on your lunch break from work, and so I appreciate you doing that. taking the time to talk to me, man. You're a dear friend. I love your whole family, and I love you, and I appreciate what you do for music. And you always lift me up, and I want to do the same for you. And the Wheelhouse Rousters, man, get out and see them, because listening to their music's fun, but when you see them live, that's where the real fun is. So you can check them out, the wheelhouserousters.com. They got a great looking website, and also all their socials. So, yeah. What's your final words about this, man?
Hey, man, Tim, thank you so much for having me. And the words ring true that you said. I love you, brother. I appreciate all you do. And Josh, through this podcast, and not just through this podcast, through all the work that y'all do to promote local artists. It really shows, and we appreciate it, man. I can't thank you enough, and I love you so much, brother.
Yeah, I love you too, man. Y'all have fun rolling down the river playing great music this summer.
Yeah, we'll see you downstream.
See you, buddy. Bye-bye.
All right.
What a great guy. Thank you so much to Nathan Lynn of the Wheelhouse Rousters, and appreciate his friendship and all that they bring to our great music. So we love that guy right there for sure. So all those guys are super guys. So, which is true with most of our music here in the bluegrass world. We got a lot of great music, but there's a lot of great people that brings it to us. So thank you for tuning in to our Bluegrass on the Bluff 2026 recap episode. It's been a good one. I've missed my old buddy Josh. It just ain't the same without him, but I managed to limp through, buddy. So you get well soon and get on back next week, and we'll be here bringing you Darren Nicholson next week. I think will be our guest. So got more great stuff coming your way. So I'll take us out all by myself, I guess. So just remember, if you got time to breathe, you got time for music. See y'all later.
That's going to do it for this episode of the Hometown Bluegrass Show. Thanks for spending some time with your hosts, Tim Batts and Josh Williams. We hope you learned a little and laughed a lot. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss an episode from the heart of bluegrass. Until next time, keep picking, keep grinning. Tim and Josh look forward to seeing you down the road.
This is the Radio Dog Podcast Network.